Welcome to LA Power Sports, guys. Today we are working with the Yamaha R line. Now we've only got two of the bikes here, but we're going to touch on the main three, the big one coming out for 2025. Some really cool things with the R1 that changed up for this year, and we'll touch on the R7 just a smidge bit. Let's get into the R1. All right, starting out on the high side, the 2025 R1. Now this thing for 2025 has some really cool updates and is going to be every super sport rider's absolute dream. Starting off with something simple, but making the bike just look that much more mean. These GP styled winglets on the front absolutely brings the whole bike together, gives it this very aggressive look, as well as a lot more downforce, keeping more traction and keeping you straight on hopefully the track. You also get your Brembo brakes in the front, you get your KYB suspension, and then you have a bunch of interface stuff that you can change as rider. You can change it to how you want the bike to operate, how you want to ride. You have launch control levels, you have power levels, you can change your engine braking. You can actually also turn on or off your lean assist for traction control. Absolutely insane the amount of stuff that you can change on these just to personalize it. You can also connect your phone to these bikes and do everything through your phone. Absolutely fantastic. These have a CP4 inline four-cylinder engine in them, making almost 200 horsepower, right about 198. Absolutely wild for a 450-pound bike. These things are an absolute rocket ship. They will tear your face off if you want it to. Definitely something to be a little bit careful on, but just fantastic. A few updates for this year. They've added some titanium on here, so you now have a titanium exhaust muffler on here, and then you also have some titanium components in the engine. Just really, really well built. You have their cross-plane crank. That's one of the big things that Yamaha has done. So a very distinct sound, very, very beautiful drone that these things make. It's unlike anything else. These R1s, taking it to the next level. A few different updates for this year that make it just fantastic. They've changed a little bit of the seat as well, so you're a little bit more comfortable. You can move around when you want to, but it also is going to keep you nice and gripped on there when you need to be gripped on the bike. Just awesome. We're going to move over to the R7 for a little bit. And continuing on with the beautiful R-line stuff, the R7. Now this has came out for a couple of years now, but the 2025 in this all-black version, matching that R1, just looks absolutely menacing. One of my favorite parts about these bikes, replacing the R6, gives you a parallel twin 80 horsepower engine that gives you plenty of torque, so off-the-line power, or when you're ready to speed up while you're going, you get that as well. Very nice, 698 cc's, like I said, making about 80 horsepower. You do get the assist and slipper clutch on these as well. So as a beginner rider, if this is a bike that you want to start out on, a very easy, smooth clutch, linear power band. So as you're learning to ride the R7, even though it's a little bit more of an aggressive seating style, it's not as bad as some of the other super sports out there. So staying more comfortable with some of the easier functions to use, clutch and throttle, they're fantastic. They also brought in LED all the way around front and back on the R7 when they came out. So real nice bright light when you're out riding in the evening or at night. Keeps your road lit very well so you see where you're going. And again, this bike, very aggressive, very, very well stanced, just looks fantastic. And as a $10,000 bike, it doesn't really get much better than that. That's the R7, guys. So the next one I want to talk about is the one that's coming out for 2025. The Yamaha R9. To fit right in the middle of these two bikes, we now have a full fairing CP3 bike coming out. That is their inline 3-cylinder motor, making 117 horsepower. This thing is going to be insane. Derived from the styling and the functionality of the R1, you get a ton of power modes, a ton of assists. So as a rider, you can tune it to kind of how you want to ride again, connect it to your phone, and change it around. These R9s are going to be absolutely insane. You're going to get the winglet style, you're going to get KYB suspension, you're going to get Brembo brakes, and all this fantastic stuff. Now, the bad thing with Yamaha, they have a few complications in their production. So if the R9 is something that you're interested in, put a deposit down, get in line before anybody else so that you can try and make sure that you get one. We have 3 on order here at LA Power Sports. one is currently sold. So you have the opportunity to get number 2. As a bigger dealership, we have a little bit more power to be able to get some R9s. So like I said, if it's something that you're interested in, come visit us down here at LA Power Sports in Lincoln, Nebraska. Put your name on the list, and we'll get you helped out.